the woman say, ye need foundation for it. And for the next 9 or 8 years, you be training Ghana for one cry. Ofosuhene, akwana bit much computer language. So we defend Papa Pig and crash your TV. Obi computer program why you? Until all the documentary near the yashwe we see. A bit of a banana quanache, not yet the Yashantua air. Yet a baby phone of Ofosuhene of America, no Amenado, no Udma, funny radio show near come up, not why you be about Ofosuhene. You're being a bit my document here because so. We are trying to build our own world, we are trying to build our own future. And we try it comes to building of infrastructure. This abandonment also CC are dying. A dying obesity, on Mark Ghana for contractor for Munsi. The contractor here, Juma, now a buy man is a car, on sofa mason. Mason is so here, Juma, Ofosuhene, a boy local economy, or the Cotoriane, and answer the Cotor Atadian again near Pamamano, or the Cotorian, so many on what she also dear Coso. And that's why media say MPP comes to power. You see, say through the policy, it comes with change, okay? And it expands the economy. And why I say all year Nema, all the boy economy, at the same time, all empower all year we say this is a whole crap with me Ghana. West Africa examination we say reduce about equipa.
Right.
And free SHS as a policy, idea abeboa Ghana. Abeboa Ghana Emma Accra Entry with Miko School. Abeboa Atika Awofo Epo our education. So you free such as few Sisiana. You as a parent be an Ghana Sisiano. Think about near my bay and now Ube Lusu Sisia. How much are you going to pay as your school fees? How much are you going to pay as a boarding fee? How much are you going to pay as a parent? That for now, Nanado is taking that care of that part for you. And it's a best opportunity.
Now share the benefit of free senior high school. Young fan compares before 2017. Not Ghana for what was going on in Ghana before 2017.
And the make back when they say President Mahama na school for Mami be Ekoye Chok, Yakwena Chok in your and same by partners Oko school. That's a chok in your a beginning of a story. Almost a crack or shokwaya no neboa. So almost a crack or shokwaya na. It tells you a story. Let's acquire minorities, neboa. Let's a DDM Kui neboa. That one is exemplified. Aha, na malnutrition so nice simply because we are pushing neboa. And that's exemplified what was going on. And before that, na our for no omoko school, omutueska. And if it be in the school, quite near the girl amount. Wish him. Nafe, our for no go as you need it into so cotton and toma, no cotton and toma, no kunyaka. Obi was another bed in a cocoa 2 MPs, no so. Into MP, anyway, be a friend MPs common fund. Na MPs here, you music common fund. No, the 2 school fees. In Tomba TV, so share. When you can do a mission school, when you can do a mission school, you a lot of scholarship and not echo. Enti eno sabede no abeyi isa ayina bed na bana fa no abeyi problem ni degree efi ni pa degree so as a result of this face
o share numbers abdi kudi to German about in Kolaba question free senior high school mu since implemented 2017. Before that, now she for ABC 2016. Next time Kolaba no. No, where are they? So what was going on in Ghana? So no.
Enti sene Ghana chrono koso Ghana bone koso they are all byproduct of children excuse me to say they could not find themselves through the route of education because it created a lot of idle hands and it created a lot of problems because there is a link between children drop out on any crime. So child dropout, there's a greater percentage of them who are likely, that's a marginal propensity to commit crime, very, very high than children now, dropout, or we say, or more education system. So these are the problems we face. Then another problem mine is right. Access of education empower. education ma ultimate ready, education ma ultimate strong, education ma untiasie bi. Ni me kura untiasie.
Confidence. So now you are very
Aha,
confident.
propaganda no kura ultimate untiasie kakra. So
Right.
because amampo ni emeye. Obi timi ko bi was professor to hire na nsuo no o kasa o de na nhwe so ehwe fom ana nsuo no nyina etai. What is that story? It's radio some peace FM. Or see, no, the Professor Mills now, not Professor Mills in Yamini Papa, or do an to actor. Professor Mills, so, a bit my catcher say, oh, it's into crack and if this is what free education will demystify. As I was saying, the policy is good, it affects us economically, and it improves our knowledge base, and so for the years to come. I think it's on the right direction. Losing it is costly and expensive.
Very well. I think the one Mr. Kakania called Prof. Ali, one on so Yamanama Kakra, Namasaba, and check back view the other matters about government this week. It's you are Achi, Dr. Achi, and I attending Kano, I'm for Achi test the work as you get this anywhere. Educative show for the course was in. What makes a lot? The benefit of free senior high school before 2017. Well, we are name and never never move in near Chinekawa. But I call a Prof. Ali or I could Ali say, Ali, what to encounter Maminti now? Prof. Achi did maybe not go on. So far, what are you adding to the Achi Akano about this free senior high school? My question, my question, was what will children be affected if senior high school and others is cancelled or reviewed negatively? Like because they will review. We don't even know what kind of review is that. But Ali, I mean to you from your end.
Yeah, Ofosuhene Medasepa and I'm chief on Sina. I'm both on so. Now, question maybe be yam. Now, Metwasono, the same Medanasi for his presentation here with the attribute. Metwasono, so no, but was a very, very important question. Before no net sign.
Right.
And now Bobby Drew say no so net sign free senior high school system here now come as so by here my boss can say 1.6 Ghanaians so far no na benefit. So average enrollment I increased from 800,000 in 2015.
Okay. You way back 2015.
Yeah, to 1.2 million in 2021.
Wow. But see, 2015, Ali, 2015 was it a free senior high school from 2015? And that's not really progressive.
Maybe enrollment, man can't say.
Okay, enrollment
to the senior
high school, very well.
Sure.
Sorry, yeah, but enrollment from.
Until 2017, from basically 2017, we start here, yeah, senior, free senior high school.
Senior high school, yeah.
The enrollment started coming up. And as of 2021, now we have about 1.2 million. And we are hoping to hit 2.2 million in 2022.
Wow.
Now, in 2013, 25.7% of qualified applicants were placed. Yeah, were placed in various secondary schools, but they didn't get admission.
25%.
25.7.
Oh, 25.7. Okay.
It increased to 29.3 in 2014.
In 2014, okay.
2016, we achieved by form about 26.5%. When they were qualified to get placement in the senior secondary school system. Unfortunately, they didn't get admission. What was the reason?
What was the reason? The next question I'll be with that. What was the reason? What happened? They qualified. They got it. So what stopped them? What was the problem?
Now we're looking at na bit say infrastructure
So there was infrastructure problem.
2 system na normally placement no not mostly money in so any the right approach. But partly ni nyina no enko ni nyina no enkosi ni nyina no was mainly because parents couldn't afford to pay. And that was the reason. You say reason the kasi ni nyina no say awofo no that kwan no mbefa so na sika mbenya metimi e dey twia for school fees and I say placement processes no samre no gisa woni we asumasi say ni say ansana emofra no etimi akokonye school amope ana in make Maka said there was no equitable process. Say asumasi wa pass kura na se bi wo hiani a ubetimi akwakonye say school na wura ubetimi ahu say obi pass with very good grace. But enam say woni bibi ebe back no anase ubetimi etimenya obi obeboa na mana nya a very good school no fit say good school na kono. It was very, very difficult. Oba betimenya grade 6. Now mom opet baby to say prempe akono ontimenko.
Onya.
Simple because onimobia.
Imobia. Yeah, foul.
And I said bio na wo fonso ni sika bi o metima kwa kotua. Na ya fanaba. So you realize that during all those periods no the enrollment process na near war honum no until 2017 aban born modern edis concept of free senior high school in edibayan emma etwa sanye mani nyina regardless of where you were coming from it didn't matter baby a wufra woba if you move there for over the years, like Achi was saying, 50% and what can happen about the enrollment processes. And you pray through and you realize that it has not been easy for parents during all those periods to raise enough funds to be able to send their kids to second cycle institutions, secondary schools, simply because of our poverty line no ayewo Ghana. It is a wuhwe sa na ebe nyina no a senior high school free senior high school process by no it be a lot of reliefs eba ma awofo also they can go to the constitution no
right
and na just say eye asede a eda o man no so say as I said
I think I stated on the Article 25 1B of the 1992 Constitution.
Sure.
Secondary education is different forms, including technical and vocational education, shall be made general available and accessible to all by every appropriate means, and in particular by the progressive introduction of free education. I don't know this for based on it.
And just said we were looking at it from this point, at least to give quality education to our kids, no. And one more dachi, over our leadership. Say Akwala benya 2 years kindergarten, no benya 6 years, or benya 6 years primary school, and then 3 years junior high. Quality ones. Now obe we way na no na Ofosuhene na obe ko secondary school. Na wofo entimi ento ano so. E die ne besi.
The sad part of it is Sakura junior high school. At that time when mature no baby it's the most I can't say or no who baby because who years junior high school is You haven't getting it. You haven't getting away. You never do baby. So say how that you acquire DC, you know, or show you pen when to go baby. That just ain't not crowded. Yeah, set a life because when to go to high school, that means what is he going to do? You know, so
So you realize that, like you just said, no. Some no be years a year, can know with 11 years.
yeah, 11 to yeah.
Into one twice why I can walk.
I better doctor.
Yeah, no to change to recruit them into the various gangs. But under the visionary leadership of MPP government, no, and then in the spirit of the constitution, you know, they said, look, let's do it this way. We are going to give free education to this case because they are the leaders or the future leaders of this country. Free education, yeah, they mambo free, and no, just say, yeah, do more call for TTA for nothing, but because of their own future and the future of the country called Ghana.
So Ali, but today yes, actually, especially the parents of Mutia, I think they will take a picture of it. I then I kind of form who such a flagship, such important policy like this are. They want to start one and then your trap. And some years to come. That's the kind of 4 years set there who the year. I mean, I don't know, say, who kind of folks said the importance of this in high school. I say, above all, so, they would face the idea. Maybe I wasn't facing high school. You say the people can just catch the importance of facing high school in the near future.
The polarization of every issue that we have in the country. And the case of politics, and when it comes to education, and can say politics about education
at all?
Because what me educate wow mofra ewo system no more ewo country. At the end of the day, there's a brighter future for the country. Omo benya beye penyi mpa with skills being acquired hitherto, and I'm said the poverty line no your country no more. But we are being blinded by political interest.
Right, Ali. Who said, Mame for a try natural? I was listening to Joseph Ose, who's the first deputy speaker of Parliament of Ghana. I said, we can know NPP USA conference, yes. And he did mention, say, when your baby, everybody conscious be quiet. No, but so or palm production was artisan and or started some setting waiting factory I didn't have for the conference one. When it came to the human resources, and he wanted to get the people from the constituency now, like also but Ali, no, me too. Also, now if you're adding, these skills, so they have to go outside the constituency to go get some people who are qualified because they come for they don't know anything to operate the machine or they can't do it, and that was very sad. And I believe that at that time, Naka, free senior school, I believe that some of them can get a job to do, but they don't like they can. No, they don't have anything. They don't know anything. They cannot do anything. So they have to go outside because they will come people from Benin qualified employees to work in the factory in their constituency, in his constituency. And I think that this is very bad. This is so that tells you not about the free senior high school, how grateful, grateful say that should be said it maybe say a business on the constituency. So let's transfer.
And to Ube was like you were just saying, so what share and one abano edia boa question will be say a question I will form and shedding directly what is happening simply because the poisoning of the minds by politicians simply because it's our own political expediency. Acquire say I don't hear once and ye the buy and yet not almost numb encrassy. Unfortunately, we have an institution called the NCCE that is not doing its work. Sika na show botumanka odi bekwa kutua school fees no. One fan kwa kutua adani income into your pocket. Reasonably, I think wo awofo no anase nipa no wo size income na ba be show. This is the chance for you to have used that money to invest in something different. To make sure say you upgrade your living and then your living style to a different level. But unfortunately, simply because it says can I begin bottom uncle to your school fees no, or the year unless the diversion of important resource ma abeda no bottom no, or the bay idea be ma mpuntu aba or no nabra bomo family no no, akwa kwedi baby fufo. Enti enkonkwesi aga to onwure. So onwure. Now like Samuel now will come. Over 2020 report to BAP here. What's it? Out of 411 out of the 465 students are representing about 83%. Candidates in all West Africa no, who scored A's in all 8 subjects no, are candidates from the free senior high school in Ghana.
Wow.
For the first time, for the first time, many years ahead, 50% of our candidates, who scored, who had WASI examination, scored A1 to C6 in all core subjects. I didn't see that. Now, wow. To answer the question, I will be saying, I came to this.
Right.
Misconception about Crawford doing the free education, no yet, I say in Crawford, but look at the statistics. Why nature watch at home? It is not there. So you realize that all these things, maybe a buy no, I have not been okay, until say funding the cry if I need to. But you realize you say funding no, it's free. The annual budget funding amount, I from the ABF, are you free from your oil, no? I mean, charges, back. But people are rather thinking, says, came Mundi and then came from Conquest baby for this. But forgetting, said the generation that we want that to lead the country to prosperous, friends, say high, so no, and you know, they not paying a first one, a bit more proper education. Must people not get education simple because they are limited to resources? Simple for the fact that say Omawo for intimate school fees are now.
But Ali, over at the Achi now, see, after the implementation of free senior high school, then another one they buy so practice for food and jobs to for free school or whatever free feeding program na customer.
Yeah.
I mean, so this I just want to create a heavy job for those farmers out there because the schools are going to need all these foods. I'm they produce, I'm they ban. And no, I'm a first year in Juma pa. Two those are one almost one I don't know. Now, but there's a lot of complaint about the free school feeding program going on right now. And we all know diet, and I say, how important to this case, I think they need a very nutritious food. Now, catchers we've been about to say they are not paying them. So they are doing anything. They are doing tests that you don't know because one goes so they're not going to pay you. So you have to continue still feeding them, continue cooking for the case. I could say if you are a bicycle remember. It's a question. Caterers, they don't care now. They just do anything to just continue to someone to if you didn't call us if Ali, if this is how it's going on right now, then there's going to be a problem. is, I hope we say that much clear on the bet. The match is this is what is going on right now. And do you have anything, or do you have any idea about what is going on right now? Do you have something to say about that?
Well, I don't have much idea about that aspect, but the minimum is normally no, with information is coming from various schools, no, which may say, well, idea be any one implementation be any one which may about challenges be any
Right.
A bit member say coupled with these issues, no, and as I say economic constraints here about better in ISE. Entime Emma say. Ubenge bibia talking and as you get everything right. Yes. It said the government was owing a lot of this caterers or non-massive. But the worship from a Nianea, a warehouses, ne salons, you almost see here, it didn't be any amount of box storage and massive amount of say, not a bino it. But they came out to say, almost the majority of them.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the Misome Party is you will still get people who are going to complain because they are just branded as supporters. I would say, Omo man say, I didn't you and you, yet about to say about. Now, it's very essential. So, because I died, some more frano or moonine, no more in see a case more free meals from us for we must make sure that the right thing is being done. But there are challenges.
Absolutely. And I think that Ghana, so we are blessed. When it comes to Nigeria, you would be Ghana. I mean, so trying for food, you know. I don't know why it's a kind of issue about Nigeria. Because we have them. Say plantain, say yam, bro, so these are the food they buy in Ghana. I don't know better than that, but this food they can say it's quite sure I say. I think I actually have something to say about that.
Prof, little kakra.
Miriam.
Ofosuhene, almost say, every country via go through some structure for a kakra, a challenge kakra, and economic alignment. You cry has is here. Your prime minister, ne, almost on so about 1% community, 1% community free. Or winning a credit. Oh, yeah. Now, what's your never papa? The course would you can see and say, within it, once any people who have among your juma, so
right.
A bunch of massive crack. I find benefit. I bind them on or the Kojuma. Ain't mean to any money, ain't mean to any light bill, ain't mean to any electricity survival. Ain't you will nip a beer and ra uti BBC 5 Lifer. Be more northern part of UK, no. Nisika, or Ebinum shoe, no other. But UK, really? Imagine, oh no, but oh yes, Ofosuhene. I'm telling you, listen to BBC 5 Live and rap. Or to UK, on the number. Sure. Or you were saying, or no, Moti Hall. Now, light come from Brim. Now, she code with now them. Or the better electricity. I'm just trying to tell you, say, and near Master because near Master you have 40 years or more experience, and money be the crap. And a bishop in Master and a security. You must say, I was against any penny be brave, a Ghana Pagana, some better Ghana. You know, more again and jump some better Ghana. You must say, who? You probably cost any penny in a Ghana, some better Ghana, Nana. Into what is sending me to 2-1. Then you look at the challenges. Abanye COVID no. Na expenditure on plan on budget say 2019 or COVID. Ain't about millions be also abanye spending no. Also take lifeline. Deeper betnefi Ofosuhene. We be up at Ghana. Or to be up and move 1 year. 1 year juma. The patrol bill sika be the same. Ain't abanye at now onyesika one penny for COVID also subsidizing Nema Emma Ghana for free water. Any side we say for the lifeline customers. Ain't after COVID no Ghana buying a watch no. enti dia ka no obese a rebuild nipa ewu nipa omongu so aban try to preserve obi alive dia ka no rebuilding the economy na rebuilding the economy no na aban no ye ne kakra say be enti things cannot be as it was in 2019 and things cannot be as it was in 2018 but through rebuilding process and never bit my eye then we have the bureaucracy and those who want to profit from the system share who researchers in kophobia omutni wia emo pao I dey go say information school for no wia no dey call why would you do that Ofosuhene on share Ghana say nkofo ewia self researchers you may be
that's it's your history meeting metro be na or the beza no there's sound
but
one thing watchman the quarter to crab so no can crack can whatever give a gift to the watchman okoka as on the cost
but also about modern said maybe was also about your home modern your monitoring system no one will say we need a government priority project and there are saboteurs in the system and it's also the duty of the government and say niman bi wa yes you boy home modern pa say you be reduce say because one yes nkofo it master system but quick my comment to is if you don't mind patricia biwa what will say a Prof Kasaro I mean ma e kakra bi mfa kakra bi nka ho equity ho free such one of the pillars and equity na equity nature say no child left behind no child behind they say because of the constitution any child ya cause sign we UN we you they want question say akura bia no a ofo we say be no man aside say so to me show must me be free such and no child left behind one ba na internet one ba na enko enti o ka say o da bi o twen abesi school say bi anyway say o da banko school there be and then wa hwe akora bia nkofo bia mo scholarship e di mu ko abruchire o hwe nkromo passes mutimi ko achimota anyway say no and because of this policy of no child left behind na ebusa ban bi say o say me mo 2 billion I will never spend the money on free SHS but you sort is asking me
make hyper
enti so free SHS no e be cost so say cost you look at people's attitude o question come free education 419 but you say ni pa no the free education man obetwem so mo sabe catch you say there be me mosika mo say o mam say sika we I will not spend that money now
he did mention say he did mention say in the under the constitution article 25 no or he stated that part they say no yen or no
Debi and yes sir o can go see ya or say you should be free you are starting from independence time a bit progressive so until that kingdom come Ofosuhene enti where is the equity why ban internet fee Ofosuhene ban internet fee na liba anko
so people were complaining about the gold track and the green track that with the divide no
so you see adeba they should look at the science behind it where it is now abanya emergency se kan twa obi na se kan twa nan owu a oblidi a what you do ni say what they be taro plaster taro so be reduce bleeding we are not what pedro to control the infection anyway say so what Aban did they say we introduce enrollment in 1.26 ni problem good system until all the double track we know to stop the bleeding and then you introduce infection control to build a system near the query but last one made back on say she Aban also on this cano what is Aban napko no what MPP is doing now for the future so I'll come to the huge start. That policy can win TVET any scheme anyway is going to bring some explosion in future. Explosion in the future and say the Benyan Crab Brombe school a Juma Sem Abe program mewa. In the advanced statistics here I say when the tax be a friendly e-levy no sika menya omuno me de ma enkra na omoko school sese no say won ye omma betimi abi omajuma. And then many gentlemen be were USA or your farms ever Ghana. Ofosuhene nkofo free Togo ne Ivory Coast no be a full juma o Ghana for to muso munya juma nye so what must say we see farmland na kofo maba nkofo free Togo and be POP AC dan e East Legon anyway say adena Ghana for need you need skills no so there are certain skill shortages in Ghana now people are coming from neighboring countries Burkina Faso and on baba full and anyway say echo adentia why don't you make it attractive? Why don't you make it economical? So the question of e-levy, is going to put money in the hands of these people. Into what we say, policy in free education, whereby the plentiful food and jobs to feed into it. Now they are going to look at you start. Into you start, it's all going to be another synergy to bring another economic growth. And it's a not you start a component a lot of components are involved. And this is that direction where we are going. We need somebody with a vision, with digitized idea. But we have to make sure that some of these things come to fruition and Ghanaians will benefit.
Thank you very much, Achi.
Yo, and you Ofosuhene. Where the answer the members kai when you say so Oshe o man biano so Oshe o man biano is the responsibility of every government to promote economic growth as well as enhance standard of living for its citizens. But suddenly many in a bit may achieve then the human resource of the nation are very paramount and key. Every human resource are very critical in the advancement of any political discourse of every nation, especially our country Ghana. And to achieve this, there's always the need for the provision of quality basic education to people, including the poor in the society. Equity. It doesn't matter background. So, there's always the need for a country like Ghana to equip citizens and take up responsible position within the public service. Quality education. And then the equity should be for all. Because I wish United Nations Millennium Development Goal no. Two, it advocates for the provision of universal primary education in all development nations. But we have gone even further than that because your free education now you can have some grant. I started from 1961, if I'm not mistaken. Well, we had free education for primary school and as a full. I'm saying 1961, I'm going to grant or more found more established University of Science and Technology. And to offer what number boss is right. And then you realize that the efficiency of any developmental agenda between ama or minor and also or country na kunde ni na ebi na kwan ya befa so a ye the education na be man mo fa enti ne me kan nyina no se wo hwe tibet ya wo kan ho kakra em se obesan abaso no ekire na mso abaso Ofosuhene won say ne wo kan nyina no se yentimi online no ayewo as Ghana no enye white collar jobs no yentimi provide ni nyina fa mo online ma into there is a need to raise this new generation of betimi edit the destiny dia destiny atu omo and to be able to do things in their own way through TVET and so no juma
TVET yake Usha Tama, the former president John Rawlings, and this JHS, that are JHS and SHS. I think that's what they used to call it, right? Or the JHS nearby. I think for the technical aspect, no, I don't think technical skills, the technical drawing there. But Ali, the sad news is that the equipment was not there. They kind of psychic of a person. They don't have no equipment to do those technical skills. So that if I saw that was because I can say, yeah.
With the new concept, I say the visionary leadership of this government,
right?
When we say Oman be kun anymore, if it's activate,
of course.
And first, we had this stigma and tag. Say oba antimi anase sebio wonya ade anase sebio fache wagimi a and obeko these schools. I mean anamwa.
First, how that team of that was the thing. How that is the only good and alcohol technical.
Sure. Na mom oman no ye kwe anim no. Etimi hu say Canada, USA, Japan, Canada, and China. Omuko omanimi nyina no. Ofosuhene na even free.
TVET ya, especially Germany.
Abino has come to make sure that we diffuse that stigma no completely. Say enye no correct. No more so mine mo betima konanimu a every industries no and industrialization no betima konanimu betima yen kankora ni nyina gina TVS so as we see it now. Technology aba beji oman no aboso sisi ya. Therefore, near years as here as a ebeboa among my beer konanimu ni nyina technology so through industrialization. It is a young fire been moment coconuma. Say, acquire some, they say, I buy no sense to cut so far crown about $1 billion now. Why pumping into this sector of education? So, also in the South Share, we had this World Skills Africa competition. Meaning, what you want to answer that.
David.
Wow. This was held on Saturday, 2nd April 2022. I hear a mebuno on more skills in different areas. I'm representing Ghana. I want Namibia.
Oh, they had it in Namibia. Okay.
Ghana won gold in mechanical engineering computer aided design.
Wow.
In web technology skill areas. And further won silver in fashion technology and electrical installation skill areas. The winners of this competition was, we had Louis Morgan, or winning gold medal in mechanical engineering from Cape Coast Technical University. Manfuji Yao Agbo, or no winning web technology from Ho Technical University. Ibrahim Adam Kwaku, electrical installation from Accra Technical University. And Adelaide them Oku fashion technology from Ho Technical University, respectively. And it was about 10 African countries, including Ghana, with a total of 90 competitors, competed in 16 skill areas at the 2022 West Coast African competition. Ghana competed in 10 skill areas and I'm winning 4 medals.
Wow.
Also, these are just clear examples of the initiative now about the to acquire. Our people project TVET and in just to encourage them. Now about the body I can say, how did they come by it? From these technical universities. And yet skills.
It's for those of who are TVET, technical and vocational education and training. Technical and vocational education and training, TVET. So that is.
If we other competitors in the Team Ghana Noa, as a paper, automobile technology, you get courses no. Jonathan Lamin, cooking, Shamawu Yaku Abdullahi Mohammed, hairdressing. Christopher Apia, welding. Christian Nana Yao Amoa, bricklaying. Samuel Osmodu Owusu and Mante Kwati, both competed both in Metatronics with the Metatronics manufacturing.
That Ali be found before selling a bass can be a chef. As it can be a millionaire crowd from Wazi.
Wow.
I'm going at the other one of the yard if I
Wow.
Hey, that's it, but that's a bit show. And I who's at the other at the other day, I put it with the cabinet farm of other side guys can be a millionaire.
Yeah.
But
and I'm from
what do we suppose a chef? Big top restaurant to have been now. Remember, going a chef right on me now.
But because of stigma, you're from your African culture.
Oh, that's a kind of. You can't just okay, because that's it.
Obama so the way they quay beyond.
Where home size to the class, they kind of class. They say, Emma, to. Think about yourself. I look to what you say. Oh, you remember I took home size. They say, hey. And I go episode of episode.
So, anti Sankrofwe, they are going to represent Ghana at the World Skills International Competition, Ambeno Shanghai, in China in October.
Wow. I met one man, one Ghanaian, what did he come from? He's a millionaire in Germany. Or a chef, Ali, Ghanaian guy based in Germany. The one white man, German, but even or show you on the phone. He's a millionaire. I was like, wow. So yeah, but some by a lawyer, but medical doctor, just say that is what we do. It's just technical when they just the crime for crowd.
I mean, also in the research that the government has made, and who said the future of the country relies on this type of education.
Absolutely.
They can't say, secondary school for university, no near what I'm just trying to say is, send you a real son, they say, can't come. I'm saying, you bet to me, enya, your freedom. Say, your fire imputation, say, present, your back call a money and near my free money. Abba, Adiaba, ye crumodia. Parenting a yen to me. Now, woman or mobile boy, I may yet my son, mamma, or more him. And this is now my example about now, opinion or MPP in answer say, in young performer, on the man saying. Yeah. So, what I'm just trying to say, the government have identified say, the only solution to the problems of Ghana when it comes to industrialization, say, yeah, bet me, yeah, build a young crop from the scratch. Give them that idea. And as give them that interest, because we share and say we share Opa Ghana now share some of this a year and more from within 2 year cars. I have Ghana have collaborate my car out with him from the scraps. Why don't we encourage those people? But some of these people, thank God, said there are people who have the foresight. Let me adopt some of I sponsor them to be able to improve on that technology from a scratch. Because what your class of crowds with him, Cobola, so about the wealthy, the air car with him. Can you imagine this? And can you bring her, Sakolan, near the end? I collect in Tonto, etimedia sit down. Just like architect, etimedia sit down. Actually, the layouts maybe be at the Ababa to home. I'm a month for I use a little bit of gadgets to express how it was made, how it was built. At the end, this is the interest the government have decided. Say, but who say, why don't I just get these schools? Make sure to say, or more I said, you are month for fees or money or money or Montiman quick in a courtroom as if for almost send no man, Yanko on the ball no more. We rope them into the to some of the technologies. Here, making sure say we raise them up. At the end of the day, omit my very key process of the technology industrialization.
Well, Prof, Ali, that's what Papa. and they say here, and the very day, 6 March, 6 June, 2022, short cutting ceremony called Sunday in the Greater Kumasi, a 32 state-of-the-art technical and vocational education and training TVET centers. Also, a Brankesi, Greater Kumasi in Ashanti region, and they are the course in the state-of-the-art technical and vocational education and training centers, 32 of them in the Greater Kumasi, and the shortcutting course. So, the guest of honor, know His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and then His Royal Majesty Otufo Osei II, Asantehene was there, and then the man I admire so much, I love this man. The Minister of Education, Republic of Ghana, Honorable Dr. Yao Osei Adichum. It's there, and just because what they call a Greater Kumasi, 32 state-of-the-art technical and vocational education and training centers are Abiano or say Krum and that's some Kitwa Cracky, which was a buying any Abi Papa say Obama said TVT to say I'm at Makogana food team in net with the actual non the bit with of Mano, Aquadim, and the bit with of Mano, Aquadim Mebua, Amom Ghana, Afan. It's all of us. I feel that was here. Amenado radio, fire for fire, the hottest political, social, and current affairs talk show and every live from the Rocky Mountains of Denver, Colorado here in the United States. And then they only say about Mondays now. The government district and one and they Guswa. And 2 panelists, Prof. I can say for me, no, we don't see Italians or Daniels because no easy to come by such people like this with wisdom, with all this intelligence. And we have fun to have one because I had us intelligence, this educative programs in Abidjan. And as far as I said, the government district, they bring on pending for Achi, Dr. Achi, Professor Achi, and Professor Ali. Amoakohene, it's me, Eddie Shui, Ebremo. Now, we are a bit direct because I pass a podcast talk show there. You break it down here as somewhere before. My main Sanko Achi, hope you. Prof. Achi, I'm not question me, Busan is NPP, looking at 2016, the way our Ghanaians voted for the new Patriotic Party, and then the 2020, they lost 32 seats. In fact, the president won some of those constituencies there, but parliamentarians they lost. What do you think the NPP have to do to regain these voters for them to vote for them 2024? What do you think the NPP have to do? What at all has and then the CNTR, the people, some of them did something called skirt and browse. Because if you look at Central Region, the NPP had 19 constituencies before the 2020. Now, if you look at the president Boobo now, he still won the 19 constituencies in but the NPP had only 10 constituencies from Central Region, so they lost 9. So that there was a skirt and browse. What do you think, sir, the NPP can do to regain, to get this vote now? Also between now towards 2024, coming 2024 elections.
Yo, Nana, there was simply or second part of Wizard. And Dr. Bawumia is summing up on my good research part about this. Okay. And one of his lectures, Bawumia addresses that issue: why MPP lose power or why government in the day lose power. So far, so good. If you say a binary upon homework. Now, there's a greater risk about not investing in the communication part of government machinery. And one of the challenges anything government be Ghana investment in communication machinery. Now, MPP so there a big problem power how to invest and investing in the right place. One. Second one, improving the existing structures. How do you improve the existing structures? The party setup, or say echo ABCD, or say AC, there's a need for review. Then the last part, I'm the try to say, okay, what do we need? and who to deliver what you need for you. In leadership, no, 10 biano. What say Abia 2024 Ghana election shall be quick. Here a leader or vibrant. Leader ultimate attractive record. Leader of war strong idea about decidation project. Leader on from the Akan community. So if beginning this analysis it will point to some person. Then you devise a means to protect that person from now. Sure. Let me just not means where say Baumian and MPP choosing this year. There should be some government policy machinery that protects him, exonerates him, take him from public attention, take him from everything that is wrong, and then you start projecting him at some point. So let me come to the communication part.
Right.
Communication part and how a church buying, for example, Amenado is one of the platforms that maybe most party faithful will listen to. And he said, a buying a project Diana. One, won't take Ghana and Kofoko to Escapoma, a Cambridge University for analytical for research. So, okay.
Right.
Okay. Millions of pounds. I call a friend and crowd or call a court now or pay with him. Or conum tea or tea with him.
Friends say,
Roger Metonunu.
Roger Metonunu.
He was in charge of that.
Robert.
Yeah. But Ofosuhene, a buying project piano, a friend government deliverable. For example, Ghana education website, you see, and a Minister of Health, a Minister of Education. Amount of education and your education infrastructure. No amount region. About the buying then we call PVFF and government delivery tracker. And also okay, people who want to know will know. But then education is not only in the digitized world. Then you look at the radio also. And you choose your partners and who you want people to hear. No whatever is for Mukakra. So and say the Amenado radio say and Kamua say government deliverables, For example, in STEM education, there have to be a communication budget. Communication budget, how the media will project government. It's part of the cost.
Right.
Now, why you get people informed in that direction. And then who do you choose as a communication vehicle? And then also Uber structures. I've been saying always a grassroots. Look at the party from Ofosuhene. To me, they are the heart of every political party you want to run the system. Those people say ultimately a proper police station agent. They can do everything from you, from security to economics. Because those they are source of information. Also, they live close to the people. What I say, be a cost be at least maybe a buyer every way say be every month be or every quarter be I'll meet them once. Almost a BNI for man, because they will report every year in the society. But need because of not Ghana police for Nyadia or party agents that they live with the community that will report to you. So why are we not resourcing and empowering those people and choosing the right people to get things done? Crime see baby will be slow. Who party agents who are almost they live with the community. Nyama cost of buying policy, matron, area Nyama, they are there, they will report to you. So idea money who are they? Are they only for pulling agent work, or they can be versatile for other work? Then the structures also, you look at the mode of electing leadership. Enya Obian also timber standing for MP. Enya Obian also timber standing for constituency chairman. There have to be some guidelines. And to answer the Pandaba cross over contest, no way who say, okay, I don't fall within certain criteria. So you set up key performance indicators. What are the things that make people win elections in Ghana? Is popularity part of it? Deliverables. How many votes can it bring on board? Or is it there to neutralize the opposition? Even though higher winning, they help you on the winning crana of my votes not winning. I mean, Ufa will be to say the next leader of NDCB and Asam Hamano. He will invest his election as a presidential candidate, Obey invest in the electoral material more in Ashanti region than Volta region or Oti region. You know why? Because in the last election of Koeno, vote to from Ashanti, combine voter anyway, voter no region, Ashanti region does man. So why would they not invest his communication structures or how he can make the government unpopular in the government-owned backyard on the stronghold? No. Now, how he does by making unpopular, and say, or tries of the policies being near the trouble in immediate one, they will not feel like even coming out to vote for you. And all these things, they need to look at it. Who can even stand as an MP?
But I heard Nabibusa say, I listened to Honorable Kerry Japan at the conference. Say they should allow everybody who want to contest. If it's the own back, want to qualify, a true member, and if it's qualifier, they should allow everybody to contest. But see, I a typical example. For me now, when they need someone who they of course they might see that say the independent candidate is going to win because the full soldiers people know what down or from the I hailing one guy and we manifest say who met my that person. Unfortunately, but man, the guy won. So that means I say they didn't pay attention to that. I think they don't you think say they need to pay attention like you did mention. So they need to make sure that those full so their supporters not more what they want to the candidate they need almost panel on the system with the NEPA. Mama question to be up. I know you are going to lose that seat because candidate not pay for now.
Yo, what was the last night? LA catch me so me am the many who be about representation. Eba be air command ponting, air command pon at the Buni we see no.
Right.
You see that a representation no faces no as so and you look at the people who are the people there, who do we elect as the leader, people who vote for. Ofosuhene, I believe in I believe in structures, and I also believe in
Achi.
Come and get a tradition. Hello.
Yeah, actually, we can hear you. Yeah, talk about.
Who design a system then you develop a tradition. After that, who develop a tradition. In one we say, hey, competition if you are very, very unnecessary. Emma avoidable. Now, free range, Obianco contesting with you, yes, so what we say, I did be on the good side and on the bad side.
Absolutely.
But, America, I was be very capitalist system. Hello.
Yeah,
countries, they believe in capitalism, but capitalism, there are protectionists, and there are safeguards.
Yeah. They are.
And the can't say what the system a good there are no safeguards.
A typical example,
how can everybody go and contest? No.
A typical example,
the guidelines
there's a I must say go on the post without anybody contesting her.
And
you have done that as a part.
You allow for competition, but you put some safeguards in place. Or in the interest, minimum, maybe a friend go congruence. That means that you can have a corporate organization will be about one agenda, but the agenda must fit into the ultimate end of the party. That's what I say. And they must look at the structures. So and look at who can do what and who cannot do what. They must also look at opposition. I don't like say yes, say power. May depend on me. Who say your problem is saying when the bit must solve a problem. Na my let's get that person and get it. Me we saying good. You have to reward those people. But say war. Who do you send to war? Do you send David or send Goliath to go and win the war for you? David was in the desert. They sent the children to the king's house. Almost anywhere, but David by then David went and won the war. So, we're back to now 30 years. Now, Kokokuno on Konad no Kwa, Nasobewa, On our never call. We will say Ofosuhene. So in every situation, you look at what is the position. Who are you facing? Who could face Mahama 2024? Ofosuhene also.
Who was a pal? Achi Ethiopia.
Mahama, one-on-one can never debate Baumia. Never, on me. Also, proud of her. Opa, me and Letty Baumia this year as a leader of MPP. Oppositely, Mahama will make sure on a Baumia and you debate. Because 10 or 20 minutes, Baumia be frogono. Or the Boobo Fukran share and simple Rebecca and crowd on me. You look at the man's enthusiasm, what he brings, vibrancy. And you listen to what the people are saying on the ground. If I have this man, I'll choose him like a David, who is going to win the war for me. And I'll go for him. So they must look at structures and if for something, guide competition. So, too much openness. No. You're good, but ukunya abonyuma bako, and I said, nipa bako demo HIV. Now I say, had you share condom? It was the only basis never. You know,
I was saying, hello. Yeah. Achi, we talk about.
Okay.
Achi, we Prof. Ali on Ame Musa na dem. Na kwa India ajoin there come Musa. Yeah, that's what Papa. Prof. Achi Boobo there from London. Other Prof. Ali, what are you going to say to that? So we echo our question Musa and what?
Yeah, normally, just like Achi Kayano, I'm saying, say political party be a between point if in grassroots. Tamembe nyakura di anka grassroots no mom na eso mo dika ansa na yaba regional. I mean, grassroots should be at the top before the rest. Sana me pacho.
Because I'm not see anything for.
Aha. You see, sir, yebenya sisa every grassroots. Si yebenya vosa every grassroots. In national communication, a bit media to Bamasoma Manfu etie. And this a memfan say, Sauko baby to say advanced countries, baby to say, memfan to Australia and US. About 86%, they call 70% in Omo access more information from the internet and I'm what.
Oh yes.
But of course, in the end, and him from the access.
Is it
from the grassroots, from the houses, from funeral houses, from conferences, ERC, Emerialc, as if for as soon as I say, I say, from radio stations. Radio stations also crown and your community access to the radio stations. And the Nipa Bakuba and a bit influence the understanding of the rest.
Yeah.
And for us to be able, and as I say, a particular political party before so beat me, I found what he has lost must go back to the grassroots. And then you have to ask questions. Where did we go wrong? So you teach what is what. And so make sure you reinforce your strategies to make sure so they maintain the system. How do you do it? Get in touch with the grassroots, making sure say opinion leaders are come into one agreed accord. Making sure say a near constant dialogue with the citizens more that community no more. Every time say and I'm a soon team and I'm aware of some of my mistakes. How do we correct them? You look at the channels by which you do your communication. Is it through the churches? Is it through the Amaria? Is it through conferences and workshops? All those things. How do I do them? And how am I going to do them? How am I going to improve them? Over here, budget. Over here, funding. Now, what we say? Channels of communication. And also, is it going to be the paper, the print? Is it going to be through radio? You must have effective communication system. Because he anyana sa na se sees no o lose no o pesa wogie no go and call back and correct your mistakes and we say he find me where did I go wrong? How do I make amends? How do I reconcile with people I felt had wronged me and I ignored them? That is the starting phase. And so we have budget. There are a lot of things that goes in when it comes to the grassroots communication. Very, very important. Why are some of these, what you're from saying, serial callers always angry?
Yeah, Ali, why are some them are saying, say, Binyashi? Meanwhile, this government has put down so many flashing projects out there. Oman will not benefit from it. So why they say Binyashi?
Yes, I know correct. Say, Onyafi no, onu kasa or kasa minyafi as an individual. Alambwa.
Yeah.
But in the interest of the community, no, omanya bibi. But one of the war patching and I say, Adam so one who as a person I'll call out or call using the passwords. Educator win say adequate course. Or in the person as a cotton radio station so defending the government. Or in the person as a cotton radio so defending Abiana or defending Abia aspiring presidential candidates and as aspiring parliamentary candidate. At the end of the day, no nipa no one show a little bit of appreciation or one and a beef no. Until see a bit mammy who say it should not be an individual interest, but a collective interest of the community on which we stay. Then we have a problem.
Prof. Ali Adasi. I was after I feel that was here. Amenado Radio, Fire for Fire, the hottest political, social, current affairs talk show there. You could say they brought live from the Rocky Mountains of Denver, Colorado here in the United States. Just which they will live from the Tickets, so United Kingdom. My son FM, so I take us live for Prim Pond Radio, Woodbridge, Virginia, also here in the United States. I would say, Mr. Phone be at the segment about. Government this week, the panel is taking most of our time. Monday is hard better. Monday it's hard better. It's one fine and change. But my uncle artist Zebinia, because he is joining from Cincinnati, came first and the Kwame then opening with. So I have these people online. I said between also. I go see a social I can watch more about Amenado Radio.
I'm coming, John. So,
If you ever go there.
I'm not doing me. I'm also I'm there with your phone now.
Oh, but what do you be we are still hanging in there. You know, that's what we can do. You know what I'm saying?
And one in here.
You gotta hold it tight, you know. You gotta hold it tight. That's what you can do. You gotta hold it tight, baby.
Yeah,
the divine selection now to Neja. Maybe Kroma I did one of the Namias because they were shooting a course on it and someone put course on. We catch out of us on the Maroy homes in a serious dying one as our
American. This is summer we a PP crab. Any just say you Nigeria crowd and then say Wednesday. It's a free gym, you know. There's no need for me to go and open and quit it. Yeah.
So far I go buy the mammy too now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm fine. from my tea from Muti na ne.
Since I will figure about it, do you think, sir, some of the NPP for the indigenous NPP for have they lost trust in their government?
Yes.
Why?
Because somebody like my dad, I don't know, say, he was the one when I was growing up. Mommy who said this is a political party, and to me, you know, me who the MPP aye, and you know, somebody like my dad, you know, he has been a chairman before and all that. Madika can I say, JJ Road is more cry banner near Pena Akuno, and I say, 3 days and all that. I think, sir. There are some cases beyond my Koswa that has nothing to do with the Kufuado. I think it's that Snafun North constituency, you know, Penifubi near maybe or more year. Sikebi by and Famo party no brano, no Yakuto Mutu, notice so no you know, that kind of any man kitten. You know, most of the people, and I say people are many father we had for my DMPPH long time before say ever woman cry no. You know, like I say it be a buma buka cra. Ewo Sadia mana kokoko no. You see on say this politics nipa say in person for who say nipa we ni no. Majority of them no ka say nipa we kwakuma nu na free say na. I think that sometimes we need to listen to these people because at the end of the day, no party no delegates no to make you more. But say a bus into a bar, a woman a better no. Last 2020 say
the understanding of the delegates in the the grassroots or the part of constitution, no much to say also mercy, or much to say for singing, and I could see you say, what I bet delegate co represent here, and I got trap on my ain't you know, and Kobasa or no control and representing grounds they are not. House on a delegates, mamma, because say the Pamona we would do so on no control much by Sana Sobbing, Mamma. The Kobasa no call for the no apology and selfish interest there. Then that person is not helping the
that's not helping. It's the problem, Uncle. I want to know.
That's it.
You see, sometimes this
what am I delegates now on? What am I no? Or delegates just honor and representative to that we are more. It's a book at says, I'm not able to say, I'm not ready to send me control. Now, my Jimmy says, I'm going to not control this. I mean, I don't know, sir, how can you be anyway?
And I think one thing I want to make it clear here is politics. So join political party. Me person me yes me cast do it once and for all. Uncle, it's hard, but it's nothing but the truth. So we join political party. Be to say MPP. One fashion trim say any MPP any BC be at Okabiama and I say Obama life I smooth for you and I say Obe PS Kabia go council Eddie Peche now. Oh Sanya mana a way be muti most of them are no mudi over and I party about Medi Jam. Party about Medi Jam. Party as we come nipano. Kakra support Kakra is a party in Fambuano or personal Yamano. But you be dear Kunium and Nenon Kuano, Aonya, you know, a hano. Like opposite say, they think MPP political party is like a bank that as a own corner who hear Lombia, Yem Famau, and as a Bibisa. So most of the people know are going to develop into that and say,
yes, and no more because a typical example, a young man be our party and won't be fortunately for you, over a deputy minister. What's I say? MP. Or chafe who ya ada fe de area hodom wo dan nie SUV die say ni we busuafo ye say kwa break away e ba sada who ka so the father oti wona to ababa we say koko do you think say it's going to be happy
like and also another one issue I think say and also e wo honum but me kan e beg say me but you know e bit say wo ko em person say ya yeah, MP former MP Robert Safu Mensa Bobai in freeway de you can say Ivan Bobier ebai Bobier minim say now or yeah you can say HFC Bank or your manager which I said you all know HFC Bank, you know, very credible bank before so be your manager no let's just say who credentials be nim the way he was through why manager for 10 years before so be way you know say me I remember how minim sa ne ma no say be a we see what the case in fear be crying and not be the way now. Yes, I'm not saying don't mean for be and nothing because I can say there are some people to be for some member of parliament, you know. Now we decab on a brevi dada. Oh, so we should also have that kind of other side. Say there are some people first of all parliament, you know. No, decab on a brabo. You have a question. What say? And you more beke kai obejina mpeso aso ke kai, you know. Or nye but sikano or the copy baby any question then that's fine. But me, I just want to make it clear. Say MPP political party, there are some people I know, they are sympathizers, they don't even talk on radio. But it drew about to us, not because or PBB or MPP, but said yeah, Ghana, and the free SHS, and Yama Papa Beba, no one now, because what you say, Sika, obey Sika, $500 in the Diabo party now. So, one party now, mana, Yanum for Betnaswa, or Babo Catcher, because of money we are doing, and the baby offers to be way friend of me here, school fee, when you or Babo Catcher. So, there are some people they know, say, MPP about Bamwa. Ye be money bois, we again and Nibia, same fans or NDC, we PCPP, a bois. Intina, I'm a man for it, besides. So, I know, say, we have to, do a lot of education. We have to educate our people. As a man could be NTS pa na omunyo mo hontiase. But say the case they say 2024 the uncle. I'm telling you, it's not gonna help.
Yeah.
Me ana.
David. No be.
Okay.
Noise. Yeah.
Yeah, until I think say a man for to be a bit my church or must say and I said through an baba no any education kakra no a bit me aboa I'm an idea. I'm a a man for to say and so on.
Very well. That's a question. That's it. What's your to That's all that.
Ma'am, I come in here.
I know it's your noise, but say me be work on there.
Oh, Nyamiadom.
Kwame Minti, someone maybe question, Busa, Minti, what your part of it, how you understand it, or how you want to respond to that.
Well, my chat here for an Afro Force.
How much is about?
Many I can say a year, a young Ghana for Nangasana. No, it seems that the people we are Sangasani and shedding him.
What do you mean by that?
And your priorities so no. You're wrong. What I meant by that, I say if we are the winning with the opa, what started to one among. Now, if you were one animal two, no, and then kakra, answer what do be a do. But it's a winning with the opa. Wouldn't mean to Sadia and one more. In Tabia, say, yeah, say, also started 3 point A. Now, you also was a cost 3 point B if it's a win shed and nim at the open. Young fan is you knew Quasius or some kind and say, Obi or one over a Ebi Shika was here, yes, young fan Kotomo to Nadia. Yes, and Penifuni B, Ebi Ubi. A yen of cray. Send all kind of a cramp on yes, a particular area and a pay. But the woman is saying at the same time, no be sound was say me more mammy and say co free SHS. Nenka almost Ebian can make a good 3,000 Ghana for each student. Manya 9,000 Ghana was many and commit to CC and me say. So we say was idea in 2 years. Moto no tomato be ana untimi to we enti ube we hu nyina hwesa okay metiti free money make kambo mu a menya bia na but the sense yen no ye dia dwensi bibi so a na noa so na si yen se den hu dia ye paint no e de how bebre abra yen individually no at the same time your community wo and the entire country. Because sadly, no, idea for your society, over individual choices, and a year we do that. Communities, we do that, and the entire country, yes, idea are making. And ma or how na money they be ana is it did. Share, say, yeah, acquires a hundred baby. So, what advanced countries in a year Almost normal struggle. But what are they doing? Obroni be the kind. Or say the brave person is always the luckiest one. When you're brave and lucky, my own chain. Obi kura yes we di lotto no. Obi ohana ko carry $2 pay. No, they can go try lotto. Onye brave we say be am can say $2 no. Obey yeah. You have to be brave so will last $2 so about go try lotto. Me boy. But into Okochano dear, yes, oh, why lucky you? Yeah, he was brave, but who was in I can't in the last $2. And other cocoa then, what do you try, you know? Ain't he to say or how is that money baby? I say people are fighting for their own. Minia, so young friend is a Ghana crowd war. This kind of you kind of saying a borrowing space. And yes, who can borrow $5 billion and then that they are support to economy. And they say, why bet me generate a revenue no for your owner? She two choices so. What shall Ghana neighbor to us master? Yeah, more dear, you're watching and say. If you say, a which idea, a dear beer, it will mostly be as will be a pound which but a bit more to me, ham, a far which him, not fade that, you know, as well by your own day, and fast walk. Who could borrow $5 billion now? Now say your amount an interest of even 3% for 15 years. Masa, that Uber we 3% times 15, that's 45. Uber we would try almost a half of that money, 2.5 billion. And they can say kind of a couple 5 billion. And it's our interest, and compared to me aside, they are not crying then. To send your e-level a year, yes, your dear queen. Say, ba, now say, almost the co baby, a year. A Juma almost almost the bay, almost the year. Interest be in this can one was inquiring. I could ya. And to both the piano, now you are a little bit ahead of Obia or no yet. Or a coffee fiber be. Sana, no man, ye nimu or ye individual life. No. And no one ye declare your man, you say, mo, ye declare your community building, mo, and declare your country, your nation building. And I did the far grassroots was again you to Nippon Soria. So was certain I said, me party about power. Into Bosom Swan, Minyayanka MP Abrem 1,000 Ghana, 20 Ghana, now 50 Ghana. Ninsan Kampa or mine I bonnet. And I say, and the MP no Eddie Tractor.
So, Kwame, do you think that these Ghanaian voters, no, especially the indigenous, these parties, for the ground or supporters and other fans, no, have they lost trust in this government? Because if you look at the vote, for 2 years, 2016 compared to 2020, it's not being 2024 maybe it might be worse.
I won't say that they've lost trust. Maybe make us enthusiasm on a coffin. Also a political party, you know. And not in a Osha, almost be a grassroots, almost enthusiasm. Now, why then? What channel or manage, at the iodine, after her, into building up energy now wouldn't what they say, United, I'll call fighting any. Akako, talk. But the enthusiasm in a conform one, and not the young voter apathy, no matter a banner. And she said, 10 Biana was so shabby be a energy war, and why then all the way Yafa. Senana, I think Achi and I say Obia say, kind of. I say David Nicoli at Nadia. So, we share, baby, I will share a timia site of grassroots now. No, I think. A typical example, Donald Trump. Republicans really didn't like Donald Trump. They, I'm talking about hardcore Republicans. Normally, I'm telling Donald Trump, sir. But they found out that
because he's not a conservative.
Yes, but at the same time, they found out that look, almost grassroots, was very excited with the man. And and to share excitement, no why then which means say a bit build up or call voters, I best change independence class why then Amawa and as obey to me and independence a little bit more Amawa. Then you go through that route, Well, ain't he? Yana man for be yeah, oh, when buy Achi, when I drew this or no. Yes.
If you look at the voting pattern, of course, now, you know, I said more people still trust the president of the republic. Because he will be on my president, won huge. So to me, won by 5, 6, 10,000 votes. Now, the parliament lost by 1,000 something votes.
Yes.
So then you ask yourself, what is going on here? So that means the NPP took a wrong candidate to that place.
Exactly.
Because,
and one thing you must be say, the people were excited about the president, but this almost said, NPP can deny no. Was it the right choice? I almost yana. And you say, yeah, dear be and freeze. I kind of saying, NPP for and dear be and freeze. Dear no one. It's going to be a problem going forward, and it seems a lot of people have not learned anything from that.
You start with your where you would say I said the Ghanaian voter. What are they trying to? What are they looking for? A typical example, the Kuku constituency. When you listen to some of the voters, they be some of Kwame, other Braka. Say MP Ama, Adore, Wama,
Uncle Jimo.
Where you the Piaka? Who shall like my brother? Papa who quite sama. Amoakohene money on one casa. Investment, I know your honor on one casa medical doctor. What's that? Be the place of short one casa constraints. Yes, coming. They still went to the post and voted against this man. Then you ask yourself, who is a Ghanaian voter? What are they trying to achieve? What they want? They're opening.
I know you won't be can say any panel as individual. No, say your NDC, say your MPP. Any panel your war man, as Ghanaians. No, most of us, individual people, you name your choices. And none I can't want ye de bird call your community a year day. Sure, minimus wouldn't let your cuckoo year. But they are like my dano. Any panel majority of the people, like my side, and they are quite a little bit late for Equa Cocosi, a late for Kakra. But most of the population, you can't say Teshimami, you brought a Teshimami. Teshimami, no, a one in Nippon to go name. What catch them now? Back catch us say, like my road, no, AB crampon fast with that, and on your not class or caco. What is it? Otimami, Oti, you be a copunano side on one far. And as our hospital and so our mobile, on no bet was a Hong Kong. Well, it's
on the person over cassette boot, yes,
was it? Yes,
or person of man's cassette boot.
Hey, and on the other side. Epia, wow, no, ya adore near the MP Abassi. But Ubisa was is that the right thing? And no. In general,
no, back I cross you homo near Omokoye be at you, almost oh, and this parliamentary candidate baby on from the cells from the whatever police station at Omokoye. And it's acquired won the political you are in capital on that. Okay, Amoakohene no speech I'm yet to show. You know, Homo Festival and town. Almost say NPP, NDC parliamentary candidate. No, and a copy Homo. Every year Homo. So, and also pay a huge amount. The guy won a political point on that. I mean, can you believe that? And
yeah.
You did it wrong. The children associate MP built
what do you show? But say, a baby, a year, you advanced area kakra. And I say, you knew your pa. You could jam on a yamano, just one night. Anka MP Beba. But who beside was there? Aquara Abian Kobeko school. Or Aquarana Wawono. Or co school for how many years? A year for a long period of time. Anka Abia. When was the last time in Ghana history? Yes, sir. Aquara ever opportunities to wait me for school Kokosi University. All parent, as far as the school no a fees is concerned, basically a your headache. But mostly, I mean, I'm fine. But most Ghanaians to make us say, and ye bro, ye day, who be someone say, a dear crown as Ghanaians we want. I mean, Obisa no pa no ne chances wa. O ntimi nkyerɛ wo. O de hwɛ wo enei obi ya wo so ma ewiem ayɛ den. Ma time no na ayɛ den. And baby so a menua asan di yenya pa yɛ momo journalist for. No credit okay there.
I know I'm not information about Prof. Bobby as a guy is almost shaping the people's mind. Yeah, one thing and
it's true. So we share more journalists in shaping the society. But in Ghana, no, the system is so corrupt to the point say they are not shaping anything. And almost me passion as well. They are not bold enough. Almost kwa no mako kotwana as say no man by oboha kakra no oboha kakra owia no aye no ho se ne oye adwuma denden bi so no onye hwe. Oh, into basically no almost politicians right then. I disappoint him. But journalists so no ahayen e wo ye manu. See but yen come asem. Munkrofwe oma ha on my Ghana papa.
I dear my commenting job who Ghana and said they don't want to be criticized. And that is I mean I can't believe when you criticize for journalists for the Biana or more Katie defense. I mean come on. You have to be criticized if you don't do the right thing. Above for because above for because of my job. But journalists don't the office of a call above for my job.
Yeah,
who attack journalists, who attack free press. We don't must Africans and send you.
I quite said, ne. Obi was a independent journalist. Etime koko jina ho. No abisa say we mu ayi say the omani ma ye den mahama time kura na e no bisa ho say eye no kure e say we mu ye den. But what is the background of ahokyere no? And who say who ye juma papa we independent journalist. Then you build up your background say say for compare other countries. I say a general na tama na dum so wo Ghana ayi e wo Ghana no. Na no na ye general ade na ekoso wo wiase ana. Well, you build your background from there. Now for you who say what kind of credit? And you no say mind I'm not saying say defend the government. But I was also who say and normally was also a government na effort. What I say? The young fault, no, nothing wrong. So we criticize it. Then mom say, "What kind of tatra to one? No, they are two Ghana ni etrim, and the real more thing. Ghana Mahama time near two ways there. Then you way near two ways there. Minya, basa. She you come out. Go be. She no be a mo be an country say. Do Donald Trump time near Tom could 50 cents and now can go do $3. Nobody will tell you that. Journalists, they will tell you say. Supply chain one Obeka even Obeka class inflation and a government mistakes be a Obeka catch us say be a supply chain situation in society and a this or how number. No balances a unicacra. Yet the other studio Obeka is the she see Biasino and Adiana and no one Wohane and as a president and I criticize or how they are more mine. Well, it is a system be a late na wo ho no say ye boapa yo say ye da midi twa to okura share a journalist at I'm making so wutie parliamentary also the speaker forum was saying never
yeah
na
okay the speaker seminar lecture course
yes what do you show bit is this something I knew so
Samson Lade Ayenini.
Yes. He's a lawyer and elite in the society.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll introduce Haruna Idris.
Yeah. Minority leader.
Yes. This man, everything say so share Ghana Parliament now. Only Musani or person or refer you can't say minority leader no. If it's a Ghana Parliament, and basically it's a balance into who's on friend minority leader.
He have a dilemma of
yes.
You don't know how to so my friend. So who's on friend or because of course you don't even know who is the minority or who is the majority because and one thing is and that's what you're trying to say.
Okay, but to me, show who Obia. Yes, we are there. So yeah, MCU say well, no,
He was the MC of the ceremony.
Yeah, okay.
He was the MC there.
He was the MC with that particular, Now, sir, what to me, Baby General Casasem way? Are you trying to create confusion or what? Speaker Nankasankasana or man or Yanadiano. And to make us say majority side in the majority caucus, minority caucus. Wow, yeah, general is what in China. What you would name the difference between the minority and majority? And it just basically, no speaker, no Jimmy and offer a minimum majority caucus, a minimum minority caucus. It sounds like they want to differentiate between minority and majority now. And nothing almost system be says so be an independent. On to mean plan or non kwana say or you're independent. And you have to choose side.
For him to do a business in the house, he has to choose a side.
I also choose
whether
side.
You have to go to yeah.
Yes, it is what the Pakuna choose side. Now say what parliament won we own business now. For the past almost 2 years, maybe. Now, sir, almost as I say, Okojina was a minority leader. Obisu Baku was a majority leader. Why would you join FM? No, as a word, you wouldn't so be a majority leader. Yes, but or no, it is such a person, is it there to create confusion or what? And these are the people who are almost say society, they are just poisoning the society. And unfortunately, we hail them. Oko Ghana, these are the people who are. Yeah. Oko Kama Sempa. Hey, when you're some. So, young criticize one. Well, Minia, ain't it all that the man busy? No business.
That's right now. Quite in the from Atlanta, Georgia. Yakwe Penny, Nana, so for Nana Boazi, Ajoni here from the capital of Amenado Radio, Denver, Colorado. And some in no. Send on also responded to us. Now, I do more about Amenado Radio.
Major Sobru. Medical Bibiaboko, medical chair, what you for ne, what be your form of bear mombeka.
Oh, Joseph Papa.
I met program no quite and I'm decided some of them. Na Bamo, me Bami. There be a said the mechanic. They say, Dr. Baumianti and a mammy leaning towards MPP. Na me since a Victor incident in the sea, I've never been a member of MPP again. Na me prefer me neutrality, to say me side with a papa yasema wo kan no last yi na me di be frase on say when Ghana for shia na wo ka asem bia fa tribalism ho a ya na wo mo fi say e bia wo na ye tribalistic but there be no credit and what they told on more a bebo. Your secret organization be or one support to Northerners.
Hey,
say Northerners, a be electing Northerner as a president. Now, sir. Lawyer Obonidi, were you one of them?
Oh, hey, lawyer, I don't know.
Family.
Ghanaian diaspora. You ever say Rupa? You ever say Rupa? You lawyer represent your Ghana.
Oh, I know the family. Yeah, when Nipa Nibu, I may know my encounter. Now they always tell me, "I then I'm what I can for the Modi Debia Monkwan, I'm a person, my president of Ghana." And he said, "Wouldn't him we are." Ubeka bibi na adena Northerners no woman support to NDC Northerners no woman support will be from voter region Emma no meli the party ninyina so ehun hia but Northerners ni more than the airways in the NDC in the time bia so omu choose leader etako northness no ho sana eniema bebre ewo mu se wokọ radio station a ayi papa ya wo kasa bebrebe yi oye insight for editor in chief Kwesi Pratt wone host no a wo ho no wono wo yenkrani sa enipa no majority of them no wo mpaka mfo asem but so who confront no so obeka cho so wonye tribalistic na enti ewo musa enti ukọ adom fm obi ti se omanhene kwamna santi se obi ankyerɛ so wonye NDC ni oba no obebo NDC fo achi a eye difference de obebo MPP fo achi na nso so no at the end of the day no so no womo pesca free both political parties no enti sa wono obenya ska wo ha obaba abekoto no across na se obi su na benya okwa azu na obi su na beboa no a no abekross on se emre bi enche me ba wola yi so ebeka se MPP for womo worst nightmare communication ama make a chiro say director of communication is here yinadi me kan ma obusam say at the identity MP wa ye wodai on say o panels a on ba nyina MPP communication the poorest in terms of political party
open voice I think say about for year lost the concept of communication is I have to start with the director and now say a cut across because I quite say the probably group say team you know na year communication but I think say I have to cut across all the way to the last person.
Okay. On say empanyin for no di kan bekasa ye no. Bebre ye emphasis e wo grassroots.
Right.
Say we director of communication. So we coordinating with all the regional directors of communications.
Right.
Now we coordinating with the district directors and constituency directors of communication. Now we tie wo na uhun se ha na esi ekọ na se ekọ no saa and the beboy but most of the time no ya no rely on the regional chairman whether it's right or not and you're right uhwe will be to say nana bi on say to a wo to nyina woni youth group no and na communicate wo abra uhun so wo ko chairman we ho woko we ho enso so woko constituency bia na say region bia obekọ chairman no akọchia no first enso ofiri ho a woni youth group no ena it is your national organizers near wo regional organizers near wo district organizers ka communication team no wo mo na ese wonu wo mo communicate kese if so wo mo nanim ade a ekoso Adena esa Kufuadu win constituency bi na MP no lose sa constituency
because the people don't like the people don't like the MP.
Yes, Osha baby Mahama Ilusu presidential elections no na Osha baby NDC for winning constituency elections na votes ni nyina kamia yese na yepe ba wo hwe ba bia Kufuadu winning ya NDC winning ye no votes no ekọ form na je se nipa no ko ye no okoto presidential no one to parliamentary no so seka wo mo dia bufo kwatu ma NDC for no a kesan ke bi anke NDC ni no winning ye no ni votes no ene Kufuadu votes no ebe ho pa
ebe ho mbeze bi antokra
so bi antokra let us say seka wo mo to ya can MPP for no be winning if you say MPP ni no winning ye no NDC ni no winning ye no wanya dodo ankyɛn mahama no olusu wɔ constituency hɔ no enti na adeɛ asi ebusa ɛho sɛ ɛdeɛ abufuo ɛna de ɛbaeɛ wɔn sɛ ndc foɔ wɔ social agenda na saa social agenda ne sɛ yɛ wini elections de a yɛn nkurɔfoɔ a wɔn wɔ grassroots ne nyinaa si ɛpɛ adwuma ma wɔn yɛ nti wohwɛ sɛ bia police mu fire service ɔda adwuma biara ebetuma anya pay ɛwɔ mu a ndc foɔ no yɛ adeɛ de wɔn members hyehyɛ hɔ ɛkyɛn npp foɔ because npp ni kakyi ni no a wabɔ ne tie a wɔkɔ university no bɛba abɛka kyerɛ sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛ ghana foɔ nti sɛ yɛafa ndc ni a nti deɛn na ama grassroots foɔ no wɔn bu afu wɔn nti saa nneɛma wei nyinaa no ɛna ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn pɛ sɛ wɔn break 8 ne deɛ a saa communicators ne grassroots supporters na wɔn kɔ from house to house a wɔn yɛ ayi no mp no ɛne constituency chairman na wɔn wɔ hɔ no ɛsɛ sɛ region no support wɔn nyinaa ɛsɛ national no support wɔn woyɛ obi a wowɔ sika na sɛ yɛbɛyɛ presidential elections ɛna wɔbɛpampi sika ɛde awura mu sɛdeɛ wɔn de bɛyɛ campaign na wɔn de bɛto aba ɛdeɛ na kyerɛ sɛ wobɛwi adeɛ na sɛsia no a yɛnya anwuru presidential elections no wɔmmoa constituencies no na grassroots no nyɛ strong sɛdeɛ wɔn kɔ anim a wɔn bɛntumi anya nipa a wɔn bɛto aba no na wɔtwɛn ama bia yɛelect yɛ presidential candidate na wɔde donation akɔma president no thinking sɛ so we need president no a wokɔpɛ contract bi a wobɛnya nti the all grassroots bɛka saa esikafoɔ ne esikafoɔ na ɛbɔ ɛne ɛme nto aba no so na ɛne ne adeɛ a ɛsɛ wɔn ayi all the regional executives no wɔn start before so mbɛyi wɔn national executives na wɔn ayi wɔn presidential candidate no ɛsɛ regional executives no ɛne constituency executives no nyinaa start mobilize wɔn yie so ekurom a yɛde sika na yɛ politics o.
so ade sika paa na ade sɛ nyina ho ba kɔma ma sika
eti obi a ɔbɛka kyerɛ sɛ modern politics sika nim na sikafoɔ no ba abɛgye adeɛ na agye adeɛ no na onim deɛ wɔɔka ɛnso so no saa sika nso wɔn kyɛ ma bi kɔ constituency hɔ no sɛdeɛ grassroots no they call themselves volunteers because ahawu tua braba ɛbɛkye watum eti wɔn de ma wɔn a wɔn sɛ transportation hotel bill.
Yeah, they go door to door. Door to door. No, the fries. The amount for door. No, they send the message to the people. Ground all the way to the bottom.
Now, car no betu a wɔde bɛkɔ door to door. No, one the better petrol na gum.
I don't hear some.
Yes, nti wɔn bɛ bele wɔn sɛ TNT ɛne ebi a gas money near the amount wɔn.
Lunch obedi ni
ade. Obedi ni nyinaa no. Wɔn bɛ fa ne sɛ ɛyɛ political donation. So on say wo matime aya ade bi afa ho se me de chewa ye be chimatum nemo me ka say discato petrol gu ka mu na fa koye campaign mame me to t-shirt bebre wo kwa chicha mankrofo no mo hyehye wo kwa yard signs na titi wo mo efi animu no so wo support your party na mo fa bi nsi ho campaign contribution on the ADM. As I said, MPP for no, some person breaking 8 in India. One more journey, one more grassroots no ye. So now, I tell you, ya na yakase adiebu wo ho a ya kan na obi jachinyi. One say young Ghana for no mistake I will be by ye. And we hear chain more the boa party. Obi to say address for yen na bala is what be condemn. But up to now, President no wants a son. Obi a nim the entire president and his son. Ebi a no asset to the party. And into no woman free say, yes, a son one at the problem, but because woman yabi. When him say, I must say, about parliament, no one table for. I just have a far no, they don't call night classes. A chair no brofo. I must say, by your popra. Oh, Quatia constituency. I must say, can't brofo parliament. Opposition for your boy and some man.
Mikaipa, the maiden speech, I'll make you a parliament. Mikaipa.
I just have for and the man who said, well, your bar.
Because all can go out in the entire.
Yes, oh, yeah, never be mano. What was that? What my Yako University, no? It drew say Yako re elections, you know. One more pamo, I must say, Frio, a beje.
Your friend, a darling boy.
Ha. Wabra, na I must say, my, you know. No, will be no better to MDs for Waquetia. I must say, in the class one, bro, for no. And a be constituency free lawyer, a ho.
Baba Jamal, ho. One of Richard Baba Jamal from politics. So, as so, yes, I must say, educational background. And you did defeat no primaries. A Julia, a man can be said, Kawamope, a circa. Umbitma retaining Mabibri right.
Affirmative for fashion.
Affirmative action, yeah. Okay.
Yes. And a bit to say independent candidate. Oh, say party top no. And who is a popular chain party top no.
I think they undermine the way are not air customer. They'll say NPP in at 10,000. No, at 12. No before say. They will beat him because based on their own say it depends on Boobo anymore. We don't even say grassroots this guy is more popular than
grassroots a more popular chain regional microphone national microphone. It wouldn't get to almost pay now the trouble ma you now la de kuku na wo kan ye no MP no sa no won timi nko adore no a ade no ansuma grassroots for say wo mon koma no so
na was the kuku there I think say omo obi transfer 8 years to we transfer from
Teshi ni la a MPP for stronghold
Teshi
yes and labadi until Sir Rollins buy and a free and some me tran crime almost about 25 years now me tell labadi Kojo area ho because area ho a soldier for a dozen ho and yen account for na bank and a dozen ho it tempia ye beto be fit to nyina no na labadi eye MPP for stronghold
be cause the land is for renew the they cut upon
Teshi Bema camp ni Teshi military academy area ho ekonungua no
so Ofosuhene my answer ma okay no tete asemo na akanfo na betra wona bebre na akosisi dan with news site na na de etama bebre etuafiri ho ene a change kura sene okan
okay anything no me da si bebre so wa remind me eti ya woniema bi wo ho no mo a some people for person who break 80 now they should go back to their roots and start working with the grassroots.
But Nana Wednesday, talk Wednesday. The woman say, "Young Crawford be now be This government said the flagship policy about.
Okay.
Why you benefiting from this policy? Why say no? Your first commission motowana. Is that what they saying?
Madam Fo, Mamenka aseminchiro. Say who study British politics. Ebia, o meye MP, and now o meye Minister of State, you know, now they back up private school. Obeye minister, obeye year, once we in the money in public.
Yeah.
Now, one more woman who
is a British fool.
And Nubi, and SCA. Say, we'll be to her. Now, we'll back to international school. Now, we'll buy no what you $10,000.
No. Hey, tell them MPC do on Baba, on Bow Crow, America.
Ofosuhene. Yeah. So, if you can afford a private school of dollars, now we no per city. Next, I was in Nibia. I just say, hey, Papa, Okoye MP, one union who be. Now, maybe a Ghana, your big mistake, ye. That's what ye. Ye development plan. We don't have a development plan. Since I took Kwame Nkrumah, no, I hear 50-year development plan. Near breaking into 5 years. We'll be to send an Kufu idea. Me surprised about him. A year, no year president said they know also fighting for decentralization. Now up till now, 5 years or by ye, typical decentralization. Ghana, Emma regions, at least about 50% control of their region. Not be there, this year bank and your baby booster. Government will your budget, the region be a will stick out they come out.
Very well. Now conclude I'm running to.
Aye, the budget, one with the yard there. It is one more bank and no more per supplementary budget. Oh, hey, sir, constitution ya sadi we ya ko ho ya set committee ama omo di recommendation abada adia na Kufu ado atimi aya ne say ocheche regions ni mu emma regions no ebeye 16 but administratively regions ni nyina da so share central government na say it is a Ghana ya pesi ehunu bibi na ehunu say ye nyina lawe ni enam so ne ye development enka wobiti Ashanti region o ma ba so bo say Ashanti region ye nya development bia Browns region ye nya development bia ebia Northern region ye nya development bia because 50% of the budget in ye the abramo into more region ho no Monfanya development. There's a here be every national government, yadi ibi baba be so. And so what ya yes, mommy and Amoakohene ho. One day minister of roads. One no and the make a decision, and sana what it tamalekura when you say about a bridge or horn the amount. Adenti, Nasa regional ministers, Womo Posuno. Adwuma be no mu dipa nti medema no sie no say ye pese Ghana ye hunu great on say advanced country and am say ye need development plan bia no wo mo ye meeting o mo mfrɛ because wo mo say ye serious this year Malaysia as a president wo ka tem say de emu aya den no was selecting Yama Better. Or catch the crew for all import to be macro more that because we feel said won't be to my manufacturing locally. Winning cigar was able. Now, will be so your business. I offer toothpick. While I buy a 1 pound process, what Ghana, you bet my idea. While I buy the old jute factory. They say soldier for now about shoe factory will come say and normally private sector be a woman started a manufacture shoe will come say your quality. Sanyama win your give up so go so ho and then the young son go back Say niema bi a ye man nkrofo kwan ma o import you be jai.
Well, na was what I am reading to know.
Ai. Eni no. Yen decentralize government no. Na yenye niema bi a yen ban from importation. Ebe bo ya me yetu aye that debit you know nti me do wase.
Yeah, that's for Papa. Nana Buanzini attending come from Denver, Colorado, the capital here, Amenado Radio. And for Saturday, I prepare when they did Medina Abbey. Fire for fire, and they bring the hottest political, social, and current affair talk show. And I did baby. Saturday, maybe quick cry, and I may call. Prof, Achi, one of them, Achi said. So far, the final remarks about the free senior high school benefits today. You discuss the first segment about the government is speaking of. Achi, so far, my conclusion there.
What now? What you might see.
Everybody is for Papa. Naka more. I said, I could be about the Dr. Takere the choir or conference one more since better. Then NPP branch US. My name was my lucky because me Tim one was you. Me Tim was something mass at because so I pay on him. No, remember. Anyway, we there because of the Wednesday because we meet you up with Chairman Chelsea. Because actually, quite to be a beside, not a from
And
we are very tolerant part. I mean, the artists of they have to. Would be Pamu the pass over so part of the Pamu. I mean, also a party member. Oh, this year, but over the name of the articles there anymore church there. Well, that's young Korean fans.
And very much a conclusion is a mamu and a montu. Na got to baby any drew her.
Absolutely.
Because Untiminkas Nemania perfect into a fair developing country. No, we are working towards a service a bit more queen a developed country. Into home. Not young shed near my air course to say, they are buying is here. Are buying you many bit my sad, you know. The bill will be buying better than that, and I say best say cry. Because what we are not discussing in Ghana no, a policy choice and policy alternative. I bind the free SHS about. Never in the history of Ghana in the Nyai. Because all the says a man cried on finding free SHS. You must say who would you want to keep with it or you don't want to keep with it? So what you now recommend end this year? Would they spend that money on free SHS? Would they have the equity? How says no child left behind? Or bet my baby says TVET and STEM on bay. You stand in many now, now share course. Almost say, and now say good policies, you know. We are spending greater part of our resources on it. A idea against Canada. A home for son, we are finding human capital and human investment. Dachi, 10 years, 30 years. Say the book coming Crumedino. Sas Nebacasa, Mambi Bagana, a friend MPP or modified by a Boagana. And share near Somuye. Na young fire resources in room. If you say, Nema Ebe, that's it, Nana.
Yeah, that's Papa. Prof. Achi Boobo, the attending come from United Kingdom, London, and Ofosuhene. That's Papa said that the Utimbeka Almighty government this week about here on Amenado Radio. We are most grateful for having you for such inside, deep, and intelligent, educative discussion across the. It was Papa. Prof. Ali from the Lone Star State. You know, I love Texas. You know.
Yeah, well, really.
Conclusion there, I mean,
The me person make there's a solid foundation by no idea tools and a bear. Your more frada Achi, paying you more beko kind corner. Na etima boa amaye man a quenenim. Me and Yano a jam. Because see, I'm finishing near some chia. Are we retrogressing? We have to move forward. A room maybe a near walk. Free education na me fancy regions ka crave na omunya sai free education e di wantwi bebre eba amanfo ntem mpo atwa ene ne yekeka ho ene suma wunya free education na we nya free education ka wonye abansi da bi equity obia enye bi obia enye bi edrumre bi ana metima ka na nkrofo bi ho na almost some mudin se ne be ya bitime free education
right
abani si dabi equity obia na ebe wiase na se ne be bia no ayetima hu say this is the foundation for the country to come in the future. Yema kakra nke be kwa kutu school fees no bit ma be share but na mmom invest into something different. Sani be ya sai ska kakra na be to e butum no bit ma dey savings na eti investment because yen fan kon kutu school fees na etimi amma busua na say ye lifestyle na say poverty level no etimi a reduce kakra. Nti ne metima ka nyina na say mumie nhwe na emo aban no ye encourage enkrofo na I mean especially girl child education is very, very important in some of the regions. You make sure say any money in a bit my course is school near free. Senior high school is free. Those days no being an uncle 40 bars one mobile south about page man. Nina say Emma so. The first one no being a miss and no man if you senior money the say Nina muscle. Nina is can on mobile could you school fees. And Tini making in say Mummy and Shani and more buying. Na ye encourage free education and men in
That's it. Prof Alina Yetini kind from the Lone Stars, the Piano, Texas, and if you mammy coming here, I'm watching a music and the final remarks you ever saw the conclusion in the free uncle. I mean, what you can final conclusion ground is there. Now, ye free uncle.
Yo, Minia, me fana yene say, if you ask no, Minia say, I want you ba. Say, Tamina, what person call anymore? You sit back and look at say, I want you na bano. And yet, mistake na ba. Then moment is an opportunity for you to make the right choices. And say, I want you ya ba. If you ask to see ya, ye na ye pepe no. Say Ghana for a bit matnase. No more I to twom no more ye am fa. And pepe who anko say, oh, wait ni wait no, me buofu. And yes, I no crowd ya mean ye way dear. Now yes, yet nasty, near drain. Baby, are you free? Baby, a bedroom, baby, are you quiet? We can make the right choice. Yet away. Opening. What you want as a young fan is in the middle of the ocean, what to more? So wouldn't you cry, wouldn't send you swimming put that. You try your best to always swimming, because some person will be maybe. Sandy be as it here. Into a group of your bar. You do your best, say. Hot pie flat is over. You do your best, say. Then you swim out of your troubles. Into kakra beka chegana for no. I was say, ye tenase. Near she. What you make? I say. I want you ba who the reason why I want you na ba na preko painting. May shift you from one place to another with no reason. Only pakuna walk on the hono. Only pakono at the end of why NTR over and answer I want you to now all of a sudden the obeso mubia or was so called the opposite Ubia when you beton is Ubiana. And then one year now a walk out of four some grand and then a dear frown to ma. Uzu would Jania free gentleman, now the wood Janiaco baby, why yes, Etikakra, maybe travel.
Yeah, that's what Papa. James for I think I had a rockets in the SC. I'm not ready to watch so fire for fire, the hottest political, social, and kind of fair talk show now. It was an edible and we had a government this week. I mean, Prof. Achi, Prof. Ali, and you have this discussion. So far, Prof. Achi has here. With the benefit of the free senior high school, and before the implementation of the free senior high schools, maybe I'm not Ghana, any programs are not our funny Ghana to now, no only be fun went through. Now we are named as some good track. And so far 1.26 million people benefiting from the free senior high school. 1.26 million people benefiting from the free senior high school. 3.45 million people covered by school feeding. 3.45 million people covered by school feeding. And if you talk about 100,000 young person employed under NAPCO, even in this for the there's a more mobile man Franco, a graduate TV moment, 100 man maybe. Boy, animals say, Cassidy in job. This people are no tea, a boy of free, so my includes and so my is our way of it. Okay, Now don't say about man. You know. That's and trosa and trunk one. Now your funding member who conference now who could dress here now was say my will be a communication, but what about failed policies our government got this government there but hey how never get some bank credit. That Nana come up with us policy our government with bad. Fail daddy failure. Fail policy on the by I mean sometimes I don't know, but anyway. When they didn't like on the man, but still happening for kind of. Remember, David said, this government, shed near ma on my implementer putting in place. And so clear, so we'll follow what those developed countries need. I know what baby more. So shed this government, current government of Ghana, who shed near ma on putting in place. You can tell that they mean business, they govern the country at the same time, building the country. Almost pejor man, they are different level. But who foresight, who shed them put them those fundamentals I'm put in place. They so clearly say on the Ghana economy. It means I can say Singapore near all those countries, United Arab Emirates, all those countries, you do that is Sani a boom mine, Sani a governor of mine. And yes, yeah, Nema boom, Nayani to Tumusa, Niaka, Nay, see when you see, and don't know the kind of exercise with you. So, but Hannah, you a champion bank, yeah, about your money. And to know, you have to think outside the box. And when I say, and Kofuya, Ghana for, I'm more trained through to a room, or more cancer made taking advantage of the current situation, the pandemic, new war across Ukraine, and Russia war, or we take advantage of or two for Ghana for any, say they can do better for Ghana. And you and I know, you really feel Chabias out, Ghana for any year, because these people no China, almost the government waiting now, China. They don't have no clue, and even current leader or Dodio anymore. Ghana for any year, because of the just 4 years, that will be in the ministers just say. What do you mean your focal? But first, land now, a box land now, you're giving some of the money in the idea, and one or some person in the bank, no money, as well for our transit. That is what you want to do. And I went to the wise now. And therefore, you have any advocates in now. I said, I got just because one at Amenado radio near on my papa at the Bammo, Moncosora Muntia, na Debiano, a better say, a new Bissiani, a chum, the Ecoso, or mine, near man can't call him here. And then my papa government here, you haven't come with that. There be a nanny now. Government this week, Monday, there, who makes your miss because you didn't have a brand woman at radio. I see. It had a bush of former body in I said, the moment tears in the window was it. Saturday there, New Zealand car. Wednesday, you have a touchdown right after the boiling point. Mike Amenado, as Andy Medino, and we've fire for fire here. Live from the Rocky Mountains of Denver, Colorado here in the United States. Now I'm walking over to Medina. Send New Zealand car. Wednesday, I'll be right back here. God bless you. Good night.
Say appointees, members of MPP USA, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to join you today for the MPP USA National Conference. I bring you special greetings from the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. A few weeks ago, when the Cincinnati chairman, James Owusu, visited me at the Jubilee House and officially discussed with me the invitation to this conference,